At the end of the year, I like to see where my strength is at. And what better exercise to test your strength than the deadlift itself, the king of all of the exercises. And for the final episode of the winter training arc, this is the plan to go for a deadlift PR to see where I'm at. And I don't normally do this, I don't go for PRs and one rep maxes too often because they impact recovery. But at the end of the year, I like to do that. I did that with the ring dips, 50 kg weighted ring dip, and now I'm doing it with the deadlift. So I've done 60 kg warm up. Now I'm here with 100 kg. I find I have a slight round in the back that becomes more visible as I go heavier in weight. I'm trying to sort that out. There aren't any mirrors here, so I wasn't able to watch my form. I'll just keep that in mind. But the form is pretty safe still. But that slight round in the back, obviously you do want to avoid it if you can. So I've done 100 kg, then 120. Quality on this video wasn't the best, but that's just a 140 I've just done there. Then I put 160 on the bar, nice and easy. Then I go for 175. Decently easy, form wasn't the best, but I thought I could do a bit more. So I go 185 on the bar, I pull, bang, 185. Love to see it. I show you from a front angle as well that I recorded on my phone, just so you know I'm not cheating. 4 calibrated plates, so they do look pretty thin, but if you zoom in, that is 4 plates and 2.5s on the side, so 185. Then I go down to 140. I just want to do a few reps to feel out the technique, because I watched it back, and even though it was a bit small on the camera, I still realised I had a bit of that rounded back going on. So I was trying to sort it out a bit, but because of the fatigue, I realised I started to curve a bit on that third rep too, so I left it there. And then it was time for the rings. I'm trying to get better at that one arm hang as well. By the time you see the next gym videos, which will be in like 3 or 4 months, hopefully I'm pretty decent at this now. But with this arm, the right arm, I was chilling. I was going there for a while. But now with the left one, I didn't get a good grip. And then I was only able to hang for a few seconds. This time, I thought I'd spice it up, so I'd show you the opposite angle. I'd show you from the back what this stuff looks like. So here, I'm doing a controlled straight leg, skin the cat, back flip, whatever you want to call it. Full shoulder mobility in action. And this is just a really good stretch. Nice little warm up for me now. A few months ago, being able to do this would have been impossible. But the beautiful thing about the rings is you can make a lot of progress when it comes to them. So here, I do that. Then I go for some upside down pull-ups, because you gotta go for some upside down pull-ups. Some people call these like inverted rows or whatever, but whatever you want to call them, that's what I go for. They hang like a bat for about a second. You'll see a little bit more of that soon. I go to a hang and finish that set. So then, I lift myself up, go around to halfway, and here I start to practice the bat hangs, the upside down holds. Being more comfortable with this is something I want to get used to, because it's useful for getting to other exercises, other skills like the back lever and the front lever and stuff like that. And also, it's pretty fun hanging upside down. It's a bit of a challenge too. So here I'm just trying my best. You will see my face being a bit goofy throughout some of these, because I'm trying to focus, but when you're doing certain things in the gym, you just gotta look kind of goofy, bro. It's just how it goes, right? And look, I'm not trying to show you anything sus with these angles. I was just trying to show you the back angle, right? I know the back angle itself sounds kind of sus, but I was just trying to show you a different side. I was trying to spice it up for you in this final episode, alright? So don't be thinking those kind of ways. But here, got the bat hold done. I just thought I'd go for another one arm hang, then swing myself around, finish the rep. Here, it's time to do some of these archer pull-ups. I can't lie, these look pretty cool from the back, man. There's something about a hoodie, bro. It looks cool, innit? So I'll put the hoodie on. I'm going from one side to the other, trying to get the form better and better on these. They're feeling slightly easy as well, which we love to see. It's definitely nice to see that. And then you have to do the typewriters where you walk from side to side. This has helped my one arm strength a lot, man. And you know what? Now it's 2024, because when I filmed this video, this was actually right at the end. It was the last day of 2023. But when I'm voiceovering this, it's 2024. And in 2024, it might be cool to go for a one-arm pull-up potentially. It is an advanced skill, but honestly, I might be able to get close to it. But I'm going to try. We'll see how we get. I think we should be ambitious with our goals as well. So if we can aim high, but not be too attached to the outcomes. It's like, aim high, but if you don't get it, like, that's calm, man. You just get it the next time. So for me, it's like, I'd love to be able to squat 140, 150 kg for reps this year. I love to be able to bench 120, keep my body weight relatively similar, but put on more muscle, get a little bit leaner. Just, yeah, just feel it out, just get better with things, man. And at the moment, I like to put on a little bit of body weight because I want to put on some muscle too. Start to get decently lean, probably like 15% body fat or so. A lot of people will underestimate what their body fat actually is, but I do think it's about 15% for me. You'll see at the end, you can judge it for yourself. But I think it's about 15% for me. And at the moment, I'm about 72, 73 kilograms. So that deadlift I did, that was 185 kg on the deadlift. So that's a bit over 2.5 times body weight, which I'm proud of for sure. For about a year and a half of consistently training. Not too bad, man, especially considering I didn't use any chalk, I didn't use a belt, I didn't use straps, I didn't use music. I was fasted. And that's not to show off, it's just the fact that a lot of us end up relying on these things as dependencies, but we don't actually need them. So we can make a lot of progress with that. So I finished doing the stuff on the rings with a higher height. Then I thought I'd do this other kind of hold, which is where you face your palms out, where you have your biceps there. That way, even though I'm making a bit of a goofy face, this way you're able to focus a bit more. And yeah, my guy was just putting his trousers back on, but no worries about that, man. Just got in shot, but he's all calm with it. Here, just doing that hold, looking a bit goofy, but trying my best to hold it as much as I can. It is a lot more difficult when you face your palms out like that, when you have that biceps facing forward. So then after that, I went to the lat pull down. I can't lie, in this hoodie, it looked pretty cool, man. At the bottom, like the shoulders and the back, like you can see stuff contracting well. So I like this. So here, I was trying to make the reps a bit more controlled. I want to get to a full kind of hang at the top. Just doing a warm-up here with 42 kg. But I have made the mistake in the past, or not necessarily a mistake, but just been a bit too rash with this, trying to bang out too many reps while sacrificing control. So this day, I thought I'd control things a bit more. I'd focus on that a little bit more. And 42 kg was feeling nice and light. Nice little first warm-up. Not too bad. So then after that, it was time to put on 56 kg. Shifted the angle a little bit because I don't want the camera to be in the way of other people working out near me. There's a guy who wanted to get on the machine. So I shifted it over, 56 kg. Had my thumbs on top when it comes to the lat pull down because I just find it's a bit better for me because I imagine 3 points that I'm pulling with. I imagine the thumb, I imagine the pinky, and I imagine the elbows. So I use those 3 to pull with. And when it comes to my training style, again, I'm not trying to talk about this too much, but I just want to defend my training style a little bit. When it comes to training, like, I know the form wasn't absolutely the best when it came to the deadlift, but at least it was safe enough, and I know what to improve at least. It's not like I'm going into this blind. But the way I train, I know where my limits are, and because of that, luckily, and of course I want to keep it this way, I've been able to avoid injuries. The whole time I've been training, I've not had any injuries at all. Like, the most I've had is probably a bit of an uncomfortable wrist or something, and I just gave that time to rest and stuff was fine after that. So I'm accomplishing that. I'm accomplishing not getting injured. At the same time, I'm making progress. I'm getting stronger. I'm losing a little bit of body fat slowly. I'm gaining a little bit of muscle slowly. So all of that is fine. Still making progress. And I'm enjoying myself. So with those 3 things in mind, and the fact that fitness is a pretty big priority for me, I think that this training style works well for me. And again, it's what works well for me. Obviously, it's going to be independent and different. Because for me, I genuinely really enjoy the gym. And it's one of the key things I focus on. It's one of the key things that I focus on when it comes to fitness and stuff like that. My main priority is when it comes to the YouTube, trying to provide value to people through this whole thing. But the second thing is fitness, and the third thing is social and developing my social relationships. So I give quite a lot of energy when it comes to fitness and stuff like that, and I'm willing to spend a decent amount of time in the gym to film these videos, to get these workouts that have 3 different training styles, because it does take a while. It does take 2 or 3 hours a lot of the time. And that's what works for me, right? But for others, it might not work, and that's completely fine. There's many different paths to success. There's many different paths to make this work. But I'm just showcasing what I do, because if there's anything of this kind of training style that you like, if you wanted to do this yourself, maybe you have the same passions as me. Maybe you do want to do multiple training styles and collect all of the infinity stones of strength, and you're willing to spend this much time in the gym. Or maybe you not doing this style yourself, you want to see someone else do it, so you might be able to live some of that yourself. Or maybe you just like one aspect of this. Maybe you like the powerlifting aspect. Maybe you like the calisthenics aspect. You like the stuff I do in the rings. Or maybe you like the bodybuilding stuff. Whatever it is, I appreciate you watching, and I'm just showcasing what I do. I try to show you my authenticity with these things, the things I still have to learn. I still have a lot to learn and a lot to progress with. I've made a lot of progress as well at the same time, of course. But yeah, I try to keep myself grounded and aware both of my limitations, but also where I'm going, man. Because this path is beautiful, bro. The path that we're on, absolutely beautiful. And the gym, I enjoy this stuff, man. I enjoy this stuff. And in this gym, I was getting humbled left, right, and center. Like, bro, proper bodybuilders here, proper strength here, women squatting more than me. And of course, that's not to say that women can't be stronger than men. Of course not, because obviously here there were, right? But obviously we have to understand the biology that, generally speaking, men will of course have more muscle mass and stuff like that. There's more of a difference when it comes to the upper body, less of a difference when it comes to the lower body, but there's still a difference. But here, you've got the best of the best, bro. Tons of the women stronger than me, man. Tons of them, especially on squats and stuff like that, man. So yeah, I'm getting humbled left, right, and center, bro. So trust, I know my limitations, but I also know the progress I've made, how proud my younger self would be of me, of having reached this point alone. So both things. And a lot of confidence comes down to that. A lot of confidence comes down to understanding who you truly are, understanding what you are, and not being someone who is ashamed, but also not being beyond yourself. Because, you know, when people are overly egotistical, we know that's not confidence. We know that comes from a place of insecurity. So confidence is like that middle, where you know your limitations, but you know your abilities too. So I know that I've been talking about this kind of stuff, but in terms of the workout, what I'm doing, because I know I got onto some other points. What I'm doing here is I was doing this preacher curl, and then I do alternating hammer curls as a superset. And you can tell this was the winter training arc. You can tell stuff was cold, because you can see that the windows are kind of frosted over, man. That's not some other substance or whatever. I don't mean like in a sus way, bro. I just realised what that could imply. No, I don't mean like that, but it wasn't... No, it was the cold, alright? It was the cold. But yeah, it was properly like frosted over, man. It's properly frosted over, so yeah, you can tell it's a winter training arc. But this is a proper solid intensity that you can throw in. And yeah, I mean, like, I've seen different opinions on supersets and stuff like that. I know that some people say you need the rest and that actually you're doing a disservice to yourself if you train with this kind of way. But for me, bro, I find that it really does give me that extra intensity. It lets me stimulate the muscle a bit more and just get that extra intensity. And I still get plenty of rest time after I finish the superset. So I treat the superset as if it's one set of its own. And then here, I'm doing some dumbbell shrugs as well. 37.5 kg, trying to hold it at the top for a little bit and then control it down. Obviously, it's not the most controlled, but I've got a decent tempo going on here. And it also works the grip pretty well. And then it was time to do some posing. And I found out that this gym actually has a posing room. So this whole time, I was being an idiot and I was posing in front of the other mirrors when they actually have a posing room with multiple angles. So this is the physique at the moment. Probably about 15% body fat. The abs are decently visible, but you can see I'm not the most shredded guy around. Got decent definition. My arms are pretty lean, but I do store a bit more fat around the abdominals. Back pose is looking decent. So yeah, man, this is the end of the winter training arc. Thank you so much for having been here. I know I need to work on my posing. I know there's stuff to improve, but when we come to the next gym series, I'm sure that will be the case. There's absolutely free one-on-one coaching in the description. And as always, remember, bro, keep improving.